What's up, guys? I want to do a little bit of a different video, one that I don't typically do, but I'm going to talk about a future update that's got me super duper excited, and that is the Golden Cape Hunt event. This is an event that's happening next week, and it's tied to Jagex accounts. If you don't know, Jagex accounts are currently in an open beta where you can, and what it is a way to more securely keep our accounts and actually streamline the process for people who have multiple accounts. So you throw your accounts into Jagex Launcher, connect them to a Jagex account, and really easily log into your own accounts. Now, what this event is a members-only event that's going to be running from Tuesday, May 30th to Monday, June 26th. It's going to be like the Golden Party Hat event. If you don't remember the way the Golden Party Hat event worked, is we did activities to get shards. We combined those shards into a tradable class rare, which was the Golden Party Hat, and it's going to work the same exact way. We're going to collect shards, which are going to combine into the new tradable rare being the Golden Cape. Now, the way the Cape Hunt is going to work is very similar, as I said, to the Golden Party Hat event. Basically, 8 tasks have to be completed in order to collect these shards, and the shards are going to craft into the Golden Cape. So a full list of what you're able to do in order to get those shards is number 1, if you link your RuneScape account to a Jagex account, you get 2 shards. You can also get 4 shards by gaining XP in any of the 4 classes of skills, being Combat, Artisan, Gathering, and Support. You can also get a shard for completing clue scroll steps. You can get a shard for killing any boss. You get a shard for completing the 3 new quests, New Foundations, Murder on the Border, and Unwelcome Guests. And you also get a shard directly from Nick the Trader at the front gate of the Grand Exchange for either 25 million gold or 10k proteins. Don't think the 10k proteins is really worth it for a main, but I really don't know. In all honesty, the 25 mil is definitely going to be the way to go. And finally, you earn a free shard if you are a Premier member. So if you're a Premier member, you've completed the quest and you've already linked your accounts to Jagex accounts, you will be halfway to your cape. For those people with multiple characters, each character added to your Jagex account will start with those 2 shards as well. Now, after you complete those shards, you can craft them into this awesome styling and profiling cape over here. Honestly, that part's really not the part that's got me excited. Yeah, it's cool, nice having a new tradable rare that you can have and put on and all that kind of stuff. But that's not the part that really does have me excited, because I really don't care about tradables or cosmetics super highly. I mean, if it's a cool cosmetic, it's a cool cosmetic and I'll put it on. If it's not, well, then I'll get it anyway. Now, with that, because the cape isn't going to offer any stats, they are going to include 3 keepsake keys. So if you want to throw the cape on, you're able to keepsake it and use whatever stuff that you're using, or you could use those keepsake keys for whatever you want. I'll probably use it for something else personally. Now, it's not the cape that's really got me excited. It's actually these buffs that have me super excited. When you complete the event, we have 2 buffs that we're going to get for 28 days. The first one is the Golden Security buff, which is a 5% chance to reduce damage taken by 99%, and that is all kinds of damage, so typed and typeless damage. Something to think about though is if that buff goes off in an instance or a kill, the boss timer, enrage, or high scores will not be updated when the buff is enabled and activates at least once. Now you gotta remember, it's a 5% chance, meaning basically every 20 hits you're going to nullify a hit. Alright, so chances are anything higher than like God Wars Dungeon 2, it's going off. In group settings, any player with the buff enabled and it activates, it'll disable the boss timer, the enrage, and high scores for all players, meaning you're not going to be seeing people climbing in rage with this at Zamorak, Telos, or Archglacior. The other one is the Golden Consignment effect. What the Golden Consignment buff is a guaranteed porter effect for while the buff is active. So, this is going to be super useful for Iron Men on things like fishing, getting their stuff for binding contracts, and there's a couple other things that I can think of, and I'm going to talk about those in a little bit. But just so you know, both buffs can be enabled or disabled by the Wise Old Man at any time, and disabling the buff does not stop the 28-day timer that begins once you earn the buffs. So it's not like double XP where you can turn it off for a second moment to do something else. Just so you are aware, this has been confirmed to work for Iron Men. The first buff I can see being used for people who are chasing logs and doing stuff at higher enrages, but are semi-consistent with it. What I mean by that is like someone like me who's working on a group kill at 500% Zammy. Last time I went to Zammy, I did it at 500%. We were struggling a little bit, but we were getting kills pretty often. So I can go up to there, reduce my damage basically by 5%, and see if I can get it more consistent to be able to get the bigger drops. Or you can use it while learning 2499 claims at Telos. Or doing it at any boss that you're still learning, but you're almost have learned basically. The golden consignment buff is going to be huge for Iron Men, and the reason I say that is for the both binding contracts and basically fish, and not having to burn our porter charges. It's also going to be really, really massive if you're still looking for the Inquisitor staff or the Spear of Annihilation tip, because again, you're not going to burn through hundreds and thousands of porter charges. The other spot I can see it is for binding contracts. If you're a person who enjoys your AFK and doesn't like going to material caches for your stuff, it actually might be worth AFKing the archaeology dig sites in and of themselves, where you're getting your Blood of Orcus at a 3 in 10 rate out of the random materials, or your Hellfire Metal at the same rate at the 106, or I'm sorry, yeah, I think it's a 106 spot at Zamorak at a, again, 3 in 10 rate. Where you used to use 10 charges for basically 3 materials, but the trade-off was it could be fully AFK. Now you'll be able to do that fully AFK basically until you find an artifact. Not only that, you'll be able to use the extra materials for components and things like that. The Zamorak spot, the highest level Zamorak spot, gives you 3rd Age Iron, which is used when you're trying to farm historic and classic components by making the lowest level items. 3rd Age Iron is a pain in the ass to get, and you can get it fully AFK alongside of their Hellfire Metal. The last place I can see this being useful for is the Hunter area of the Croesus front. And the reason I say that is because with the Sword of Edict's Echo from the Memorial of Guthix gives you the Decree of Mortality benefit. What the Degree of Mortality benefit gives you is the ability to collect memory shards while collecting from Hunter traps. While you're doing the Croesus front, you are considered to be checking Hunter traps, so we get free memory shards. With those memory shards, you can convert them to even more free porter charges to be used at any time. You also do get the side benefit of getting Bic Anima, which you can use to create your Bic arrows. Again, fully AFK. The last part of the post talks a little bit about AFK timer extension. If you don't know, right now we have a 5-minute timer where if you don't do anything, you get disconnected. Lots of people have been screaming about this and want this to be upped, and I'm also one of those people, so this does have me fairly excited. Now, this is not coming next week, but it is set to be released this August for all Jagex account holders. It doesn't really specify how long the new AFK timer will be, but any extension is a good extension in my opinion. And finally, scrolling down, it tells us how to upgrade your account into a Jagex account. I've personally done this for both my main and Iron Man, despite the fact that I don't really play on my main, but I have done it on both and they're both combined. So, what do you guys think? Do you like the buffs? Do you like the event? Comment below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and as always, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.